Uh, it's like I must have seen something different or something. I seen the Takashi Big Bang interview or whatever. I didn't see what everybody else was seeing. Everybody else was saying that Takashi made Big Bang look stupid or something. I didn't see that. I don't know how come I seen something different than everybody else. I didn't see him make him look stupid. I just seen Big Bang going on there trying to get some Big Bang. You know, Big Bang was trying to get Big Bang. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to get paid. I don't think he gave a fuck about none of that shit. I think he's just in there trying to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? And Takashi had paid him to do the interview. So really, he really wasn't a good guest, a good paid guest. Let me tell you. I want to talk about the Fulio, uh, the ones who killed Fulio too. Is everybody trying to get him a way out and shit. You know how they feel. Everybody's talking about how they just feel so bad for those kids. And I get it. They young, made a horrible mistake. Now they got to deal with that shit for the rest of their life. I get it. But on the flip side of the coin, the Fulio, he gone too. So his kids and his family and his people got to deal with it, him not being there. So, and I get it also that they was going back and forth. It was a gang thing and all that. But the courts, the courts don't account for your gang, your street status. The courts, they don't account for your street status. They're not like, well, he was a good street nigga though. They don't give a fuck about your street shit, your street status or whatever. They just doing what the courts do. You know what I'm saying? And they took dude life. So I mean, shit. To be honest, it would only be right to give him life, a life for a life. You know what I'm saying? I do empathize with the youngsters because they're young. And everybody make mistakes when they're young and shit. So it be kind of fucked up when you got to be accountable for those young mistakes for your whole adult life and shit. There's a lot of people behind bars that are having to be accountable for shit they did when their brain wasn't even fully developed like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got a gang of people in jail that just never developed as a grown person. They went to jail as a child. So you do sympathize with them. But on the flip side of the coin, it's like, but you still got to be accountable for what you did. You know what I'm saying? You still got to be accountable for what you did. And you took a life. So if that means you get life, that means you get life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't really just. It's like, what I notice about us, and I'm speaking us, I mean black people right now. Us, we celebrate the the loser, like the one causing the drama. We celebrate the not the victimizer. We celebrate the victimizer. It's the same thing we were doing with the Pooh Shiesty thing. Pooh Shiesty was the one that ran up in there and robbed dude and shit. But everybody was like, just Gucci, just let him make it. Everybody empathizes with the loser for some reason. I was having Bentley Bentley sourcing. Oh, you just got out. You just got out. What was you locked up? Hold up, let me see what you locked up for. I might have to get on your top. I'm saying, what was you locked up for? Uh, Bentley. Cause I don't. You niggas be celebrating jail and shit. That is bad for you to stop, God. That is bad for you. Stop. What, smoking? Smoking, it could possibly be bad for me. It could be bad for me. But you gotta look at it like this. It could be good for me too. Because PTSD. So this shit keep me calm, keep me from, wilding the fuck out and shit. So if I was to wild the fuck out and had to go do life or something or get or if I get off the process while I'm wilding the fuck out, then now the weed, now I needed the weed. You know what I'm saying? Because I needed, you know what I'm saying? I needed it to calm me the fuck down if I fucking trip the fuck out. Shit. I'm just being honest, man. And I'm being a little facetious as well. I don't need no weed to stop dive into no bullshit that I got in my head. I can manage the shit. It's just easier to do with Mota because the Mota help you like with me. I can't speak for everybody else, but with me, what it do is it like made me move on from shit. Like if I'm mad about some shit, it's cool because I'm not gonna even be dwelling on it that long. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm depressed about something or whatever it is, the Mota won't allow me to dwell on it for long periods of time. I'll be thinking about some more shit in a few seconds. I'll be mad right now. Somebody done cut me off or something in the road. I'm mad at motherfucker. Got my hand on my gun and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm high. So a mile down the road driving now, I'm not even on that no more. I'm thinking about this other shit I done seen now. That's what it do for me. It just made me move past shit. Shit that I wouldn't usually probably move past. I would probably dwell on and let it piss me off and let it fester and this type of shit. When I'm loaded, I just move on from shit. It kind of works against me too, because I be forgetting shit. That's to move on from shit, cause you kind of like your short term memory be kind of fucked up. So it ain't even like you really moving on. It's kind of like you just forgot the shit for a second. You forgot it, and then you might have got into something else, and then by the time you remember it again, either you too far down the lane or whatever you was doing now, or it just wasn't even that important enough to even dive back into it. So that's what it does for me. I can't speak for everybody else, you know what I'm saying? I actually tried to stop a few times. And you know what's weird? I used to smoke cigarettes and I wanted to stop. My son told me to stop smoking cigarettes because it was gonna kill me. And I did. Just that day. I stopped, you know what I'm saying? I just stopped smoking cigarettes. And to this day I've never like smoked cigarettes again. I just stopped that day. So it's really just all in your head and shit. You know what I'm saying? You really could just stop whatever you want to stop. It's all in your head. But I don't want to stop. I like Mota. It's life. If I could have you know what my paradise would look like? My paradise, I would have a beach house, big, super big, nice house, not mansion big, but like just nice big. You know what I'm saying? But the living room, it'd be one of them floor plans where the living room is open to the beach, to where it got the wall that close, and you can close the wall. So if you want to close, it can be closed. You want to open, it can be open. I'd have that out on that patio where I have the open on that. When you open it, I have my gaming set up right in there. But I would always have it open to the beach while I'm playing my game. So I have my game set up with the open beach air coming in that bitch. I had me a bowl full of some grade A premium motherfucking kush and like about 3 badass bitches. You know what I'm saying? About 3 of them. One of them that just cook real good. One of them she's gonna cook real good. Cook and clean. One of them gonna just cook and clean. That's all she gonna do. One of them, you know what she gonna do. And now matter of fact, the other two, you know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That'll be my paradise. Just a bowl of good ass weed, a chef that made me whatever I want. I can say, hey, make me some jumbo, make me some bruschetta shrimp. Excuse me, y'all. Shit. I probably should stop though. If I'm being honest with myself. I done tried. You know what I noticed though? When I do stop, my money be better. This weed be spending like you be spending too much money on weed when you really think about it. When you think about it, when you add it up, you be giving the weed man like $500, $600, $700 a month. Damn near like rent, electric bill or something half ass. But there's ways to not pay so much for it. But I don't know, man. I've been smoking since I was like 17. Like I said, I was at a when I started, I was at a Spice One concert. I was at a Spice One concert and shit. It was me. It was this cat named Dallas and this cat named CD. And they invited me. They was performing. They was opening up for Spice One. They invited me to go with them and shit. And we was all sitting at the table. It was me, them two. Spice One wasn't sitting there, but he was at our table. He was sitting at our table, but he wasn't there when I hit the blunt for the first time. So we all sitting at the table. They started passing around a blunt, right? I had never smoked no weed before, but the blunt was going around the table. They was passing, cause back in the day we used to smoke. Smoking blunts was like a ceremony and shit. So everybody used to hit that hoe. You had like one blunt, had 10 motherfuckers hitting that hoe. Now it ain't really like that. Motherfuckers be like, I want to smoke my own blunt. I ain't put my mouth on nobody else's blunt. It be like that now. But back in the game, that wasn't a thing. Like you roll 2, 3 blunts, everybody passed them around and shit. So the blunt going around the table, it was just one blunt this time. Big ass blunt, some Kush. And back then, Kush, like now, Kush is regular. Back then, Kush was like this amazing thing. You know what I'm saying? People had never heard of it. You barely could get a hold of it. Only people that even had it really were people in Cali and shit. It was that type of thing. So they had a blunt with some Kush. I had never smoked no weed. Not regular weed, Kush, nothing. So the blunt going around the table, and I'm like, damn, the blunt finna come over here to me in a second. I'm like, damn, I can't act like. In my mind, I was like, I can't act like I don't smoke. I can't be no prude. I can't be no square up in here. This is a gangster party. I can't be up in here, you know what I'm saying, not hitting the weed, acting like a square and shit. So I'm gonna have to hit this hoe. That's what I was thinking in my mind when I seen the blunt coming around. I was like, I'm finna have to hit that hoe. I'm finna just go hit that hoe. I mean, I like I'm hitting it hoe or something. I had never smoked anything, so I really didn't even know how to hit that hoe. I just seen it on TV, seen people do it on TV, seen my cousin them do it, seeing people I knew do it, but I had never done it myself before for real. So the blunt coming around the table, it come to me. I get that bitch. I hit it twice. Mm, mm. I hit that up. I don't even know if I don't even remember if I inhaled real good or not. I was just so caught in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Spice One. This is my favorite rapper at the time. At this particular time, this was my favorite rapper and shit. So I'm at the show with my favorite rapper show, And not only am I there at my favorite rapper show, but I'm like I'm with the people that's performing and shit. So we not even like in the crowd. We like up there with the performers and shit. So I'm at this hoe. The weed done came around. I done hit that hoe. And I ain't gonna lie, I was high than a bitch. I was high than a bitch. I ain't even gonna lie. I was loaded like a hoe. I was loaded. I hit that hoe twice. I puffed that hoe 2 times. Hit that hoe twice. Man, I was in that bitch fuzzed up. I was drinking too though. I was drunk. I forgot what we was drinking, but we had some drink on the table too. I forgot what it was. It might have been some what was popular back then. It was like it was whatever was popular. It was the popular drink. We had a bottle of it on the table and shit. I'm from what's happening, Rashad Sweet. I'm from Waco, Texas. Originally. I'm originally from Waco, Texas. But I was raised in the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth. All over. Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. I done lived everywhere. Mainly Arlington though. Arlington is my hood. If I gotta say which one is my hood, North Arlington is my hood. Or Southwest Houston is my hood too. First Ward. I'm from First Ward too. That's where like, my family is, First Ward. My family in First Ward and my family in Greenspoint in Houston. We've been in Greenspoint for a while, but we kind of migrated from First Ward to Greenspoint. But my people out here, my family out here in the DFW, they in South Dallas. So a lot of people know my face in South Dallas because I used to be over there all the time because my family live out there. I got cousins and shit, a lot of cousins that live in South Dallas. So I be in, not so much now because I ain't even been in touch with them. So I don't even necessarily be over there that much now. But South Dallas is like a second home to me too. A lot of people over there know my face and know me and stuff. But I'm originally from Waco, Texas. I don't know if y'all can read that. It say I got Waco, Texas tatted on my arm. I got aggravated tatted on my chest. Arlington is called Ag Town, short for aggravated. We used to call ourselves aggravated. But we man, I'm glad you brought that up because I noticed that North Dallas was claiming that no, they was claiming North Dallas is the nutty North. No, bro. The nutty North is North Arlington. I'm the one, excuse me, I'm the one who created that. I came out with an album, a mixtape. I got a mixtape. You probably can look it up on Google somewhere. I had a mixtape out. I named the motherfucker Nutty North. I was referring to North Arlington. You know what I'm saying? I was pushing the CD super hard in North Dallas though, because I had some connections at a couple different clubs in North Dallas. So was pushing the music real hard out there in North Dallas. I'm assuming some of them people in North Dallas got a hold of the CD. The CD on the front said Nutty North. I think they just got a hold of the CD. This is way back in the game. This is like oh 03, 03-ish, 02, 03-ish. You see what I'm saying? They probably got a hold of that CD, said Nutty North, and they decided they gonna name North Dallas Nutty North. No, Nutty North is North Ag, boy. No, North Ag Town, which is North Arlington. No, North Arlington. North Arlington. That's the nutty. That's the real nutty. Yeah, North Dallas, y'all got to come up with something else. The real nutty is North Arlington. That's what we been calling it. I made it up a long time ago. Yeah, I'm from all over the place. I was even raised. I was even raised in South Korea a little bit. I was in the army, and I went to South Korea when I was real young and shit. And a, a lot of that rubbed off on me. I can speak a lot of Korean. I can understand way more than I can speak. I can I don't know, that changed me living over there. Shit, I learned a lot. I learned, you know what I really learned? I learned that America is um America is America ain't necessarily the best country like we say it is. It is to me only because this is my country. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is if you go to other countries and all that, you'll realize that it's other countries that go just as hard. You know what I'm saying? Like you might even like those countries better. America ain't necessarily just the best, super best thing like that. That's what I learned when I went to the other countries and stuff. Before I went to the other countries, they made it sound like America was just like the cream of the crop. You know, everybody else was third world. They ain't even got internet or nothing else going on. They ain't hitting no shit. That's how they made it sound. But then when I actually went to the other countries and shit, I was like, hold up, this shit kind of player. This shit fly in the hole. What the hell they talking about? Like when I went to South Korea, what I liked about South Korea, they had fucking arcades and shit everywhere. Like you go downtown Dallas or something, and they got like all the different clubs, little clubs everywhere and shit. Different little clubs, different types of music and all that type of shit. They had that going on too, but you'll go down like an alley, and it'll be like a door. It won't even look like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't even know it's an arcade. It just look like a door. A door. You won't even know. You wouldn't if nobody didn't tell you it was there. You wouldn't know it was there. Is what I'm saying. You just walk past thinking it was just a door or some shit. But you walk through the door, and it's a big ass arcade and shit. I'm talking about big fancy arcade too. Not even like no little weenie type shit. Big fancy lights everywhere, stairs and shit. Games all over the place, all kind of different arcade, every arcade game you ever thought about playing, plus some more, all kind of shit. I was like, damn, they don't have shit like this in the state. We don't have like just arcades everywhere. Like they had them everywhere though. Like you can be downtown just walking through an alley and you'll hear gaming noises and shit. You start hearing all these noises and shit. You be like, where's that coming from? And you'll see people coming in and out of the door. And you be like, where's that door going to? You'll go over there, open the door, and look in there. It'd be a whole gaming thing going on. Like a whole arcade. Like the arcade with the joysticks. Those like that. It probably more fancy now. I was back in there a long time ago. Now they probably got out, whatever's fan, whatever's out now. But back then, that's when we was playing the fucking arcade games and all that. But you go anywhere, go down the alley or something, they have a whole arcade and shit. I also when I went there, I I I went in a mosh pit for the first time. I had never went in no mosh pit. You know how the white boys go in the mosh pit and they be fighting each other and shit. They had a rock and roll music playing, Metallica or something. They had that music playing, and they'd be in that bitch fighting, elbowing each other, throwing each other and shit, kicking each other, all that shit. I was like, my homeboy took me to some shit like that one time. This is when I was in South Korea. They had a mosh pit in that hoe. I went in that bitch. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So they jumping around. I jumped in that bitch with them. We in that bitch fighting and throwing punch. We damn near fighting. But it wasn't though. It's like it's kind of, I can't explain it. You're not really fighting, but you like, you got the aggression like you fighting. It's like you charged up like you fighting, but you kind of not fighting. But then you might kind of end up fighting. You know what I'm saying? The shit was wild. I was like, this shit wild as hell. This is what a mosh pit is? I didn't know what the fuck a mosh pit was. Before then, I didn't know what the hell that was. I was like, a mosh pit? What the fuck is a mosh pit? But one of my white homeboys, he took me there. He was like, I'm gonna take you to this one club I be going to. I was like, man, I don't wanna go to no shit you be going to. You finna take me to some rock and roll ass shit. I don't wanna go to that shit. He was like, nah, man, this shit fun. I'm telling you all to go. I was like, all right, bet. I let him drag me in there and shit. The mosh pit was like at the top of a fucking building. You had to go up the stairs. There was some stairs on the side of the building and shit. And you had to go up the stairs to get to the top of the building. It wasn't at the top of the building, but it was like the top floor of the building. But the only way to get there is the stairs on the side of the building. You know what I'm saying? So you had to go up these stairs on the side of the building, get to that floor, then you went in the mosh pit. It was cracking in that hoe. And it was the same way. It just looked like a door. It didn't look like no fancy shit or nothing. Like it didn't look like no like you wouldn't have never known that when you opened that door and walked through there, it was gonna be a whole mosh pit going on. You would have never even thought that was a thing. Just from looking at it. You would have thought that was just somebody's house or something or just a building with some apartments or something in it. But we walked in that damn thing. Soon as you open the door, the music all loud and shit. They fighting, throwing around, people throwing people and shit, people getting thrown around the room and shit. I was like, damn, these white boys is crazy. And my homeboy, he jumped right in the mix and shit. As soon as we get in, he jumped right on in. I knew he was crazy. I knew he was crazy. But when he took me to that club that night, he verified it. I was like, okay, I see what he on now. He a nutcase. I already knew he was a nutcase. That was one of my soldier buddies. He was wild, motherfucker. He was like a rock and roll mosh pit type of dude. But he was a soldier too, though. He took me to the goddamn mosh pit. I had fun like a hoe. That shit was fun. It's like you just get to let off a bunch of energy without like catching a case. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. It's almost like an unspoken agreement that we all just gonna beat the shit out of each other and nobody gonna call the laws, right? And then we're gonna be just cool after too. We're gonna drink a beer, whatever. It's kind of that type of energy and shit. Ain't nobody mad at nobody. Like even if you punch somebody on accident, cause you're not necessarily just trying to punch nobody, but you might, cause you just swinging around kind of wild and all that. Cause you might. I think I did punch a few people. I might have got punched a few times too. But I'm saying it don't really make you mad for some reason. It just keep the thing going. It just be hype. You just be hype. Yeah. Be swinging, punching each other, throwing each other and shit. This shit wild. White boys is wild. It's straight up, they be doing some wild shit. You like, damn, what? That could never go on in a black club. Can you think about that? A black club and they doing the mosh pit shit, nigga, start shooting in that hoe. niggas start busting that hoe, nigga. They gonna be swinging around punching niggas and shit. Somebody gonna get hit, and they gonna pull out this strap, start busting on niggas up in there. We can't do no mosh pit. That's why that ain't popular in our culture. Because we'll start shooting and shit. We ain't got no sense. We ain't got no. It's like we don't have no fucking like love for life itself. That's what I got from that whole Fulio thing. It's like nobody in that whole little situation really just gave a fuck about life. Like you know what I'm saying? Like none of them. Not Fulio, not them, not the judge, not the nobody in that whole little cipher. That whole from the victim to the victimizer to the judge to everybody. That whole little cipher don't nobody give a fuck about life at all. Now motherfucker in there. So like that. That's what made me. I was like, damn, this is wild. Like I don't know. I felt away too. Everybody sympathizing with the youngsters though. And like, damn, they shouldn't have got life. But I don't know, man. That's rough. And that sucks too. It does suck though. Because that young man ain't gonna even get no pussy now. He don't even know. He probably done got some before, but not for real, for real. He 20, he ain't even he ain't at his prime yet. He ain't even he ain't at his prime. He ain't been rolling around in the Porsche or in the drop top, whatever, feeling like, with his ego up, super powered and doing a life like that, or having some business that he built from nothing. And that supercharged him. And he ain't got to that part of his life yet. That's when you getting the most pussy. That's what I'm saying. He ain't got to that part yet. He done fucked it off. Damn, bro. I hate all these youngsters just be fucking their life off like that. Just throw away your life. And it's like, okay, so you wanted to get some get back for, your people or whatever. I get it. But you gotta do the math. Do the math. The math ain't mathing. Okay, look. The math ain't mathing. Before you did the unaliving, right? Your homeboy was dead, right? Fulio was alive. Okay, so that's the math, right? So now you wanted to subtract Fulio, right? So you went and subtracted Fulio. But now look, this is where the math stopped mathing at. It done subtracted you. It done fuck around, so you done subtracted your goddamn self. So that's where the math it take you back to zero. See, you could have figured something else out. Y'all gotta stop crashing the fuck out, man. This crash out shit gotta stop. This crash out culture. What happened to my damn light, man? Hold up. Then y'all crash out and y'all fucking go to jail and be crying and shit. But you the one crashed the fuck out. Y'all gotta start teaching y'all kids to not crash out. It seems like they don't know. They don't know to not crash out. Crashing out ain't a good thing. Why y'all think that's such a good thing? That's not a good thing, crashing out. It's on us young niggas, 50% on the world we live in and what's ahead of us. Hey, look, you made a good point there, but I wouldn't even give it no percentage like that. It ain't so cut and dry and black and white like that. You right though. Half of it is niggas just fucked up, and the other half is the goddamn the cards that we've been dealt around this motherfucker. But what I'm saying is, do the math though. Do the math though. Before you do something dumb, do the math. Okay, I want to fuck this nigga off, right? But it's probably cameras over there. That's the math I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's probably cameras over there on that building right there. They watching. It's people somewhere watching. It's this, that, and the third. Do the math. That's what I'm talking about. Do the math. Now, if you in the fucking desert somewhere, you know what I'm saying? You done dug a hole in the desert, you know? You done dug a hole in the desert somewhere. That's different. But no, I'm joking. But I'm saying y'all gotta stop crashing out. Even if it is halfway, even if you do feel like it's half the fucking card you was dealt, then you just gotta play that hand. You gotta still play the hand. Still don't crash your hand out. If you playing spades or whatever, or dominoes or whatever, you get some weak ass dominoes, or you get some weak ass cards. So what? You just gonna play the game weak cause your hand weak? I feel like you gotta play the game harder. If your hand weak, you gotta be bluffing and everything. You gotta play harder. If the cards you dealt weak, you gotta play harder. Straight up, you gotta really finesse the game. You can't crash the fuck out. We gotta make it to where crashing out ain't even an option. Well, now hold up, because the crash out is necessary sometimes, so we can't take it off the options list. The crash out is necessary. Let's think about when the crash out is necessary. Nobody ever talks about that. We never talk about when the crash out is necessary. You know what I'm saying? Here's when the crash out is necessary. Somebody breaking your house. I'm not sure that's crashing out though. I don't consider that crashing out. That's just you protecting your domain, shit. You should really never crash out. Now that I'm thinking about it, it really ain't no. It really ain't no. It really ain't no situation where crashing out is a good idea. Now I'm really trying to think of one for real. Let me think. Where's a time where you should just crash the fuck out? Somebody play with your kids or something. Yeah, but no, because then you crash out. You doing it for your kids, but then now you in jail and you still away from your kids. So it's like, was it even then? Is it still a good move to crash out? It's probably never a good move to crash out. Y'all gotta start moving more strategic. You need to just stop with the blood sport, first of all. But if you just gotta be on that, y'all need to be more strategic with it. Y'all be all on camera and everything. Them guys that underlined Fulio, they was on camera. They knew that everything they did. They followed them around the whole town. They said the dude went to McDonald's. They followed him there on the cameras. They followed everywhere he went on the camera. They knew everything they was doing the whole day. They followed him around the whole day on the camera. I'm just saying that's crashing out. When you just doing shit on camera and all this type of shit. You crashing. It's like you basically wanna go to jail or something. That's what it feel like. I feel like they be wanting to go to jail or something. Like they just giving up on life or something. I did feel kind of bad for the young man. I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, shit. That's what I'm trying to do now. Is trying to tell motherfuckers not to do it before they do it. So that's what I'm talking about right now. I'm saying don't do it. Don't be fucking with that because maybe when you get on that type of time, you'll think about what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? Shit, shit. Cause now look at dude. Now you finna do life. You finna do life, nigga. In jail with all these punks and all these punks every day and weak ass niggas and all this shit every day. Nigga just smelling dude all the goddamn time. Ain't no woman, you don't smell a woman a mile away. You ain't got no scent of a woman in that motherfucker. Even the ones that's in there probably don't let you probably can't get they scent. They probably stay away from y'all ass. I don't know how it go. I ain't never went to the P. I'm just saying, y'all want to be away from women that long? That's a long time to be away from women, bro. Even if you're not even fucking on them or nothing. Just being around them. Just, they just being in the mix and shit. That's a long time to be away from women. That's another thing I be thinking about. Like if I'm finna do some shit, or I feel like I'm finna do some shit that's gonna put me in jail or something, I start thinking about the women. Like, okay, hold up now. You know what I'm saying? This, this slide gonna have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn me. It's still some bros I wanna knock down and shit. Ah man, y'all be too willing to go to jail. Why y'all be so wanting to go to jail? Y'all wanna go to jail bad in the bitch. Y'all be wanting to go to jail and shit. Nah, bro. I gotta calm down with all that shit, man. All that back and forth and all that too, man. God damn. Fulio though, Fulio was wrong though too. He making songs and all this shit about the shit. Like that is kind of like a thorn in a nigga back though. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't lost your people or whatever, and every time you turn around, you gotta hear this fucking song talking about them and all that. I could see how that would make a nigga mad though, especially if you young. You young, cause when you young, here's the difference. When you older, you still get mad like that too. Youngsters out there, listen to me. When you older, you still get mad like that. You just know how to use it. You focus it into other shit, or you just learn how to use it to your benefit versus using your anger to hurt somebody or rob somebody, whatever. Fuck shit. The older you get, you gonna use that same. You gonna still get that same anger. It's still gonna come across the table. Somebody gonna do some shit, say some shit, cut you off in traffic, whatever the fuck, whatever pisses you off. Somebody gonna do it. You still gonna feel that same when you was a YN. I still feel as angry as I was when I was a YN. I still feel that exact anger. Like I want to do something to them or something. I still feel that way. But now, instead of doing whatever, you know what I'm saying, fuck shit that I was thinking about or whatever, now I know how to grab that anger and focus it into some other shit. Maybe I'm fucking doing push-ups or working out at the time. So I can do more push-ups. Maybe I'm fucking doing deliveries. I can do more, whatever. I'm gonna focus the fucking anger into something else. But you learn that from time. So I'm just telling y'all that ain't gonna never subside. You gonna always get angry than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? About dumb shit too. Whatever pisses you off, you gonna get mad at the motherfucker about the shit. You what y'all gotta learn is how to react to shit. It ain't about people gonna piss you off all day, every day. That's gonna happen all day, every day. People gonna piss you off. They gonna be doing shit, cutting you off in traffic, uh, disrespecting you, saying different shit. White people gonna be being racist. You know, Hispanics gonna be racist. Black people gonna be racist. Just people are fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But you can't goddamn me allow that shit to fucking like keep you from goddamn me saying what the fuck you want to say. Fully on them. I mean, I don't know the other young man. I don't even know his name. The young man that got the life or whatever. I don't know if they gave the other people life. I think they gave them life too. I think the only one that didn't get life was the girl. And then the girl, she was pregnant, I believe. When they did the shit, I think she was pregnant. I'm like, why are you going? Y'all don't be thinking about nothing? Why are you going with these niggas or even involving yourself with these niggas shit bullshit and you pregnant? Fuck these niggas. No, I ain't finna go with y'all. No, I ain't finna go with y'all. I'm watching my little Netflix or whatever, watching my show or whatever. Nah, I ain't finna go with y'all. Nah, I don't know where them niggas be at. Nah, I ain't finna set them niggas up for y'all. Nah, I ain't doing none of that. I'm finna be over here asleep. I'm pregnant. I'm finna be asleep. Why was she not doing that? She done let these clown ass niggas talk you into some shit? Hell nah. Nah. Mm-mm. Ladies, stop trying to be gangster. You are not a gangster. There's only one lady that I ever looked at as a gangster. Her name, I forgot her name. She was a drug dealing cartel boss lady out of Mexico. I forgot her name. Griselda or something like that. Her, now her, she was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up. She's a motherfucking gangster. Other than her though, I ain't never heard of a female shouldn't be trying to be no gangster. Sit your goof ass down somewhere. You trying to be a gangster? Why? You a woman? Why the fuck would you want to be a gangster? That's dumb. Women, you got way more benefits as a woman, just being a woman, than a woman gangster. A woman gangster, that's a death sentence. Because thinking you gotta do too much. You gonna be doing too much, somebody gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you gotta be Griselda or somebody like that. Some big cartel boss with all this power and all that. You gotta be some shit like that. If you're a woman moving in the streets talking about you a gangster and all that. You can't be no little just, you know, little young pregnant chick out here doing gangster shit and all that. You need to sit your ass down somewhere. Straight up. For real though. I don't know, man. I don't know how we got here. How we got to this blood sport shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know that all the unalive and shit ain't new. You know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't like this shit just started, the 2000s or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as far as how we done intertwined it with the music, how they kind of make it seem like the music is the streets when it's not. That's two totally different things. That's what I don't understand. Why are we conflating the two? Why are we conflating music with the streets and street shit and all that? It's not the same. You got people that rap that don't even rap about no gangster shit. So what about them? We just leaving them out of the equation? They ain't part of the rap. They ain't part of hip hop. You got battle rappers. You got you got a bunch of different rap styles that ain't gangster rap. So when you conflate rap with street shit and gangster shit and all that, that's just not being honest. That's you need to be more specific and say gangster rap when you say, rap is this or rap is that. When you trying to use rap as the pin cushion for all the bullshit, you need to say gangster rap or what they call it now. They call it drill drill rap. And a lot of these kids don't even be having no real enemies for real. They'll just have enemies because they think that's what they gotta do to be in the industry or whatever. They think they gotta have an op. I heard what I'm saying before. Oh man, I ain't even got no ops. I gotta give me some ops. I heard a youngster say that before. I was like, what? You trying to get you some ops? What? Nigga, I'm trying to have as less ops as possible. Fuck is you talking about? To me, it would be best to have no ops. Best case scenario is I have no ops. That's the best case scenario. I have no ops. So if I have no ops, I'm winning. Why would I go try to make ops? That's the craziest shit I've heard in my life. I heard a youngster say that though. I'm like, you wanna go get you some ops. So you telling me you don't have ops, but you wanna go get you some ops. What? Don't I gotta shoot at the ops? Hold up. The ops, don't I gotta catch a case behind the ops. The ops, they might catch a case behind me. The ops, I gotta spend too much money to fucking with the ops and all that. Now, there's too much money involved in that. I got to bond out of jail. If something go down, or they get me anything, Nah, man, I don't want to create no ops. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Ops got to come naturally. That's just some niggas hating or something. I mean, I don't want to have them ops either, but I'm just saying that's organic ops. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just hating on you or something. That's organic. But I'm not gonna go make ops purposely. Like that's my plan is to make some people my ops. That sounds crazy to me. I don't know, man. We just got so far away from the music, the shit done went crazy. It was never about gangster shit at first. The gang back in the day, the gangsters wasn't even rappers. That probably sound crazy to y'all. But back in the day, the gangsters was not rappers. The gangsters used to make fun of the rappers. You a rapping ass niggas, y'all some rapping ass niggas. They used to make fun of the gangsters used to make fun of the rappers. Now it's the same people. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know what it is? All the all the thugs and the gangsters and all that. they figured out that they could rap and shit. That rap wasn't really that hard. They figured out they could rap. They seen Jeezy do it. Jeezy kind of made it cool for like the real dope boys and shit. That's really what it was when Jeezy hit the map. Jeezy kind of made now all the real dope boys like, maybe I could rap too. Because at first the dope boys didn't want to rap because all the dope boys thought rappers was some clowns. But then when Jeezy and them started coming out and all that, and they was real dope boys, but they was rapping. Then all the other dope boys was like, damn, maybe the rapping ass shit ain't no clown shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was Jeezy and Gucci and all them dope boy rappers and all that. They came out around that time. Had everybody thinking they could be dope boys and shit. I mean, had all the dope boys thinking. I mean, I said that backwards. I had all the dope boys thinking they could be rappers and shit. That little era, and then this is what it done transformed into, what it is now. That's why it's so violent and all that, because now it's block versus block, street versus street, clique versus clique. When before it wasn't even about none of that. It was just about making music. You know, we wasn't even making no money from the shit yet. I was on the tail end right before all the money came. I was in the industry right before everybody started making all the money off of it and shit. There wasn't no money like that. People was doing music because they just like doing music. We was hoping that one day, it would be some money involved. It was still on the level of the industry back then was still super gate kept. It was like it was only a few rappers. Like you can count on two hands probably how many rappers was out selling platinum albums. You know what I'm saying? Like it probably was like a handful. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like now where they got deals everywhere, rappers everywhere. It wasn't like that. It was only a few rappers and shit. So in order to get into that club, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't. It was. I'm talking about before everybody burning their own CDs and all that. Before that, I'm talking about before that. Before that, you really only way you could get into the industry was you had to sign a deal or something. It was like that. And you had to go to a real studio. People that had no studio at their house and no shit like that. You had to go to an actual studio and pay, whatever their hourly rate was. Like a professional. It wasn't no bootleg studios either. It was only professional studios back then. There was no, my homeboy got the shit at his house and he got the booth set up in the closet. It was none of that. It was no little office space, and they got the equipment in there, and they got it kind of looking like a studio a little bit. It is a studio, but it's like a little bootleg office space studio. Nah, you had to go to the real production, like the real studios where they had a real engineer in there, a real equipment, $20,000-$30,000 worth of equipment, all kind of different mics, all kind of different compressors for the mics and all this different stuff. And a real engineer in there. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to pay for that. And it was more expensive. But now, I ain't gonna say it was more expensive, but I'm saying in according to it is now, I believe it was more expensive back then. Like it was like $75 an hour back then for the real actual studio. Now $75 an hour would be kind of high now. So just imagine $75 an hour back. That like now that same $75 probably like $300-$400, $350 or something. So imagine paying $350 an hour to go to the studio to record. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it was. It was kind of like on that type of level. Unless you knew somebody that had a studio or something, you was finna have to come out the pocket like $300, $400, $500 every time you went. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like now where you could just, you know, make your own song on your phone or your tablet or whatever and just drop it. It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that now take that for granted too. A lot of people that's doing music and doing stuff now, they take that for granted. Y'all got the whole world at the palm of y'all hand, like literally. Like y'all literally have the world in the palm of your hand. America has the worst debt and the worst healthcare, the world's highest incarceration rate, homelessness, but it's the greatest country in the world. Right. That's what I'm saying. It we just paint it's a facade. We always try to make it look like we just the best country and all that. But we got all this fuck shit going on. And then we giving all the money away to Israel and all these different places and all that. Like why is we giving them the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we giving them the money, man? All that money we've been giving to Israel and all that, we could have been fixing homelessness, fixing this, fixing that, get reparations, all this type of stuff. But we busy giving money to Israel so they can fight a war, so they can try to be bullies and shit. We basically funding them being bullies. Basically, what's going on? We funding Israel to be bullies. And they're not the only ones. We funding a whole bunch of places. It ain't just Israel. So it's a bunch of places that we fund. All those resources could have been going right back to this country. They could have built a bunch of tiny homes or something. Anything. Build. That's what I say. Build like a bunch of tiny homes and put a chow hall on that motherfucker on the property. Just like in the military. Put a chow hall on that bitch. And everybody just go to chow hall, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you got a crib. A little tiny home, whatever. You ain't gotta pay nothing. It's free. They should have some shit like that. You know what? Do y'all think that the homeless people would even go there? Do you think if it was like somewhere for them to go like that, would they even go? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of people that's homeless, that's kind of like a lifestyle for them. Like I ain't gonna say they like it, but they kind of like comfortable in they routine, should I say? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them people probably wouldn't even leave if you had somewhere for them to go. They still probably just want to keep doing what they doing and shit. And it could be mental illness. A lot of that it probably is mental illness though. But I mean, how do you really fix that though? Because like I was just saying, a lot of people ain't gonna even want to go nowhere. So can you really fix homelessness for real? Like what? Cause what if they say, nah, I ain't going. You know, what if you got place for every last person to go? You got a spot for every last homeless person to go, right? What if they say they don't want to go? They want to just stay right there in their tent by side of the road. It's a lot of them is gonna say that. So would that even work? Like how would we actually? We would have to be. It had to be by force. We'd have to move them to these camps by force. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's gonna get tricky. That's where it's gonna get super tricky. Turn my light up. That's where it's gonna get tricky. You have to move all the homeless people by force. How do we do that without being inhumane? You see what I'm saying? So I don't even think it's possible to end homelessness. Like, how do you really do it for real? Like, think about the logistics of actually doing it. How do you actually do that for real? You if you had like maybe you got some of them buildings downtown. Just make the whole building. But then now you're gonna have a fire hazard. Cause you got people that's used to fucking cooking shit with butane, like butane tanks and shit like that. So they fire fucking bugs and shit. They like fire and shit. So you put them all in a big ass building. Eventually they gonna catch the building on fire. That shit gonna come tumbling down. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up, man. And then so you can't do that. So I mean, I be thinking about stuff like that. Like, how do you actually do something like that for real though? Like, let's say we want to end homelessness today. He was like, "Fuck it." Trump was like, "Y'all, we gonna end homelessness today and tomorrow. I don't give a fuck how much money we gotta spend. Whatever we gotta do, we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen." Do y'all? I don't know if all the people would really just, if they would really do it. A lot of them still be just stay on the block or whatever. Cause a lot of them is just, they mentally ill, so they kind of just in a routine. They doing like a routine. They just used to doing the same routine and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's 11. I need to go wash my goddamn clothes and shit. I don't feel like doing this shit. I hate washing, man. Damn, I hate washing my clothes. I half fast want to go get me a bra just so I can have her wash my clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I'm not used to washing clothes. My whole life, I've always had a woman, pretty much. Not my whole life, but my whole adult life. I pretty much always had like a woman, a wife, a girlfriend, something. And I didn't, you know what? I didn't even realize that until this last breakup that I didn't really know how to wash clothes and stuff. Really, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, not that I didn't know. I don't know how. That more like I just don't like doing it and shit. I didn't know how much I didn't like doing it because I never really had to do it. I never really had to wash clothes and shit. So now it's like a whole task and shit. Like, God damn, it made me respect women a little more now. I was like, damn, they be having to do this shit all the time. Fucking wash clothes that's the worst thing. Washing clothes and washing dishes. That's all women. I feel like a girl or something. When I'm when I'm washing my clothes, I might as well put on a little pink apron or something. Put on a little I feel like a broad or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like damn I'm doing this broad ass shit. I guess I'm kinda what they call it? Male chauvinistic a little bit. Cause I think that's woman shit to wash clothes. I don't think that's something me and we supposed to be doing. Like I ain't supposed to wash my clothes. What the fuck? I supposed to throw them hoes in the thing and then anytime I need socks or whatever, I just reach in the drawer and get them because you put them in there. You know what I'm saying? I guess somebody got to put them in there. Huh? Damn, we be taking that type of shit for granted. We be thinking the socks just. We be thinking we just got an endless sock drawer. We don't know somebody actually washing them and folding them and putting them in there and shit. We take that shit for granted, y'all. To the men, we take that shit for granted. We be taking women for granted sometimes. Cause it's like when you go get you some new socks out the drawer, you put them on. Do you even be thinking, damn, somebody wash these and fold them up and put them in here and shit? You don't even be thinking like that. You just think you got an endless sock collection. That motherfucker, you're like, damn, that motherfucker endless. I come here every day and get some fresh socks. They be fresh every time. You never stop to think. Just little small stuff like that. You don't even think about that type of stuff. But it's really important when you think about it. Like, damn, I don't have nobody wash my clothes and shit now. Fuck. I gotta wash clothes too? Shit. Why I dread that shit. Only thing, you know what I do? I gotta think about the positive. I'm a cup half full type of guy. So I gotta think about the positive thing about washing. It do be some chicks up there. I start my truck up before the battery go dead. It do be some chicks up there though. You know what I'm saying? Like up there at the Washington. So that's cool. That's the good thing about it. Other than that though, you mean I gotta wash my own drawers, my own clothes and stuff? Fuck. I'm gonna give me a girlfriend. I'm gonna give me another woman, y'all, just so I can have somebody to wash my clothes. I need a clothes washer. I need a clothes washer and a dishwasher. Women, they don't want to do none of that shit no more. They don't even fuck with us no more. Women, they ain't doing none of the shit no more. They ain't, nah. They ain't with it. They ain't trying to cook, none of that shit. Fuck all that. They don't want to do none of the shit for the man no more. So now you'll probably go get you one thing. You finna get one to wash your clothes and shit. And she ain't gonna want to wash your clothes. She gonna be rebelling on washing. Nah, I don't do that. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't wash niggas' clothes. My woman, you gotta wash my clothes. I don't give a fuck. That's part of that's on when I do the interview with you, that's gonna be a part of the check off. Will she wash my clothes? If it's no, it's no. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. If you my woman, I need to be able to just drop my clothes off. Even if we don't even live together, I need to be able to just drop my clothes off at your house and pick them up later. Or pick them up when I come over there or whatever. For real. Even if I don't even live there with you. I need to be able to drop my clothes. I don't like washing clothes. I feel like that's woman's work. Washing clothes, washing dishes, uh, all that type of shit. I don't want to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? For real, I don't want to do it. That's why when I wash clothes, I half ass wait till all my clothes that like I don't even have that much clothes. Well, I ain't gonna say I got a lot of shit. I'm saying I only have a few things that I wear is what I'm saying. I wait till all the stuff that I wear gets dirty and then I wash. Cause I be just dreading washing so bad. I just be putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off until I ain't got no clothes. So I gotta wash now. Damn. I supposed to go and wash tonight. I don't want to. I supposed to have went to go wash though. That was on the agenda. I'm finna get off this bitch. I wanted to chop it up about the Folio stuff and all the different stuff. I got that off. I mean, shit, the young man, hey, y'all out here wilding and shit, y'all better calm the fuck down. These folks, you see these folks ain't playing, they gonna send your ass away for life. Your ass gonna be uh, uh, leaving that bitch on a stretcher. Fuck all that, nigga. It's too much money and too many bitches out here. Facts. It's Amadi Media. I'm out.